I get you're staring at the kitchen counter, coffee machine brochure in hand, wondering if splurging on a top-tier espresso maker is worth the gamble. You've probably imagined the perfect morning, a silky latte, the hum of a grinder, a machine that just works without you having to be a barista. At the same time, you're thinking about the price tag, the learning curve, and the fear of ending up with a gadget that gathers dust. If you're on that fence, let's walk through the Jura Z10 Diamond Black together, see what it actually delivers in a real home, and decide if it deserves a spot in your kitchen. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Z10 isn't just a coffee maker, it's an all-in-one coffee hub. The biggest thing I noticed when I set it up is how the machine positions itself as a one-button experience while still offering deep customization. The touchscreen is bright and intuitive, and you can scroll through drink options the way you'd scroll a playlist. For a family that drinks everything from straight espresso to oat milk cappuccino, that versatility means you're not forcing everyone to adapt to a single brew style. In practice, my partner who only ever drinks a plain double espresso can tap espresso and walk away, while our teenage son, who prefers a sweet vanilla latte with extra foam, can dial in the milk temperature, foam density, and flavor shot with a few taps. The machine remembers those preferences, so the next morning it's essentially a personal coffee bar for each user. Now, let's talk about how the Z10 handles the actual coffee-making process. The built-in grinder is a high-speed conical type, designed to grind beans on demand for each cup. What that translates to in daily use is fresher coffee without the wait you'd get from a separate grinder and brew setup. When I loaded a medium roast, the grinder ground the beans in under 3 seconds, and the extraction felt consistent, no sudden bursts of bitterness that sometimes happen when you overgrind. If you're someone who likes to experiment with different beans, the Z10 lets you adjust the grind fineness on the fly, which is a huge win compared to machines that lock you into a single setting. On the technology side, the Z10 runs a proprietary brewing algorithm that monitors water temperature, pressure, and flow rate throughout the cycle. In plain language, it means the machine is constantly tweaking the brew to match the chosen drink profile. I tested that by making a ristretto and then a regular espresso with the same beans. The ristretto came out noticeably richer, with a tighter crema, while the regular shot was balanced and smoother. The difference wasn't something a casual user would notice every day, but if you care about getting the most out of your beans, that algorithmic fine-tuning adds a subtle edge. One practical strength that often gets glossed over in marketing is how the Z10 manages cleaning. It has an automated cleaning program that flushes the brew group after a set number of drinks, and the milk system has its own cleaning cycle that you can trigger with a single button. I've gone through a month of daily use, and the machine prompted me for a descaling after about 40 brew cycles, which aligns with typical home usage. The real benefit here is you don't have to remember to run a deep clean every week. The machine nudges you when it's actually needed, saving you from the "I forgot to clean, now everything tastes off" scenario. However, there are trade-offs you need to weigh. The Z10 is a large footprint appliance roughly the size of a small dishwasher, so it demands a dedicated counter space. If your kitchen is already cramped, fitting this beast might require rearranging other appliances. Also, the price point is premium, and while the machine delivers on convenience and quality, the value proposition hinges on how often you'll actually use those advanced features. If you only make a single espresso a day, you might not tap into the full customization suite, and a less expensive model could suffice. On the other hand, if you entertain guests frequently, enjoy a variety of coffee drinks, or want to avoid buying separate grinders and milk frothers, the Z10 consolidates those tools into one sleek unit, which can justify the investment. Who should definitely consider the Z10? Coffee enthusiasts who appreciate the nuance between a macchiato and a flat white, families with diverse drink preferences, and anyone who values a machine that handles both espresso and milk-based drinks with minimal manual intervention. It's also a solid pick for people who love the idea of a set-it-and-forget-it routine. Once you program your favorite drinks, the machine executes them with consistency. If you already own a high-quality grinder and a separate milk frother, or you're content with a basic drip coffee maker for most mornings, the Z10 may feel like overkill. Now, let's look at the practical weaknesses. Besides the size, the machine's water reservoir is on the smaller side relative to its output capacity. After about 8 cups, you'll need to refill it.